Hello guys, in this video I want to show you how to do a split screen which you can use in case you need to answer question papers as for revision, as we talked the last time when we met. So the split screen and the method that we were using before is not so different, just that the major difference is that you don't have to use application. You must share the entire screen. This is the major point that you need to remember. You share the entire screen. So if you share application, what appears on the screen is only that application. So when you share the entire screen, it means everything that you see, everything that is visible on your laptop is what will be recorded and is what will be visible to the person watching the video. So that is just the main thing that you need to know. Different. So on a split screen, which means by this time I'm taking that you have opened up your, you have to open up your question paper first from your file, and then you also have open up and prepare your board as we normally do. So you have your board ready, you have your question paper ready. So now all what you need to do now is to show them up on. You can actually do the preparation that I'm going to show you how to make the screen side by side visible. You can do it before the recording started, which I think is the best method, so that immediately when you go on the share screen, what appears now is the question paper and the board, unlike showing you going to the memory, opening up your files, trying to find where the question paper is, and then opening up your board, making preparation. So which means the best practice would be to prepare your board as we normally do, like the way you used to do with our normal classes, and also open up the question paper that you're going to be working on, and then do them side by side ready. Now, once you have them side by side ready, and then you start your recording. When you start your recording, and then you click on the share, and then you go to your split screen, then you just move seamlessly from where I am now to where my board and the question paper is this flight. Sorry for that. So as Mr. Mabore normally said, let me now take you to the board. So when you say let me take you to the board, when you click on that, it means what appears is the question paper and the board side by side. So now what I'm going to be showing is how do you then do them side by side, which is just something that you can practice without actually recording. You can also try to record with that. Okay. Now, which means these are basically two new things that you'll be applying, which is how to you share the entire screen, you don't share the application, and you have the question paper prepared like that. All right. Now, as we normally do, it's just to click on the share screen button, and then as I mentioned, you don't have to use the application window, but you share your entire screen. So normally it starts from being on your entire screen. You just have to click on it and click the button share. Now that I've shared, I normally prefer to hide this button that's saying that I'm sharing it. So just click on it like that. And then the next thing, which is what we've been doing all along, it is just to hide our camera, so that we can take a maximum screen on the smartphone especially, so we don't have to be showing our video. So I'm just going to do the same here this time. As a reminder, we click on that, and then I go to my screens. So now, how then do you do that? This is my question paper is here. Unfortunately, this laptop doesn't have PDF, so that's why I'm opening up from here. No more problem so much. And then I also don't have the board here with me. So I'm going to open up this program, which I'll use it as a reference for the board. Now you have the board open up, you have your question paper open up. Now this is what you'll do during the preparation, not when you are supposed to be starting working. during the preparation. Before your class start, you open up your question paper, you open up your board, you prepare your board, everything is ready by the size, the way we normally do. Then you click on your taskbar, right click on your taskbar. When I right click on my taskbar, you have this menu. Then you click on the button show windows side by side. You can stretch all the windows by your preference, the way you prefer. You can change, and then I could change and put the board to my right. I prefer the board to be on my right, and put the question paper on my left for no reason actually. And then you have them like this. The computer have sized them for you a little bit. The other one, that is our work area. We are not going to be bothering there. We are not going there for now. Then you can maximize them. This, as I mentioned, is what you do during your preparation. So this is my board. I'm giving it a little bit more than 50%. Then I go to my question paper. I give it a little bit more than 50%. If you are going to be working on the board while on the same time showing the question paper in the same time, then you can give them 50-50 or make them 75-50. So which means none of them must overlap on the other one. So for the sake here, I could make them overlap to each other. So which means when I need to show the question paper, I need it to be a little bit more. When I show when I'm on the board, I need it to be a little bit more. Remember also that you can literally work on a question paper being on full page. Now, here I am on a question paper on full page. I make my introduction. This is grade 12 mathematics, paper 1, written in November 2019. So on and so on. As a teacher, you know the stuff that you need to teach, to give and your learners to say, these are a point that you need to take care of when you are writing examination, the instructions whatsoever. You can now explain all those things like that. Now, when you are done, sorry, that's all that for me there. This is basically the entire question paper here up here. When you are done, now I'm going to be answering question 4. Then you read up question 4 as the way, and explain some of the other things that they need to take care of. And then once I'm done with it, now I'm going to answer 4.1. You come to your board. Now, depending, you can also have the board being the full screen if you're not going to be going back, if you don't have anything that you're going to be copying from the question paper to the board. If that's the case, you're going to be copying something from the question paper to the board, you can then have them by percentage, whichever way that you want it to be. Now, once you have them this way, you continue to be writing on your board, doing your work, and explaining all that need to be explained. Once I'm done with the first question, question number 4, I'm done. I've done 4.1, 4.2, up to 4.7. I'm done with it. As we suggested that each question needs to be in its own slide. So which means you need a slide that is answering question 4 of this question paper. But then, as we suggested that you don't have to do smaller video yourself. We're gonna cut those slides from the entire video. If maybe you answer all the questions, you answer 4 questions from this question paper, so you make one long video, but you're gonna cut it into 4 smaller video clips. Now, once you are done, my suggestion here now is that when you are done with this question, you need to go to question 5. Now you come back to your work area here. You come back to your work area here. You stop the sharing. You can first, you can also pause, which I think preferably is pause your video. I want to pause it here because of now you won't hear what I'm saying. Now you stop the sharing. You can now again open up your video. Now you make an introduction of the next question that you're going to be doing. In case when you are making the introduction, you need to be having the question paper with you while I'm on this screen, on this introduction screen, where I am now. You can actually literally upload that video, that question paper here by simply clicking on this look in button, click on the content. Then if you don't have the question paper here with you, you're going to have to go to choose file, which will take you to your files, and then you click on the file. It will open up here, and then you just have to, then the next thing is just to show it on the screen. I have one question paper here, so I don't have to load another one. Then when I'm here, I've made my first introduction, and then I've also introduced the question that I'm going to be answering, which was question 4. I've talked about that. I finish up, then I'm coming back, and then I'm here after pause the video, bring up my camera, stop the sharing. Now I'm introducing the second video the second question that I'm going to be answering. The reason why to do it this way is because of you need each of the video clips. If you're going to answer 4 questions, every question that you're answering is going to have its own video clip independently. So you need to have them in a way that when the learner goes to a certain video clip, it doesn't have to be like you should have started from another one. So it has to be shown that this video clip is independent in the way that you make its own introduction. If I'm clear about that, then you start. We are going to do question 9 this time. You make that introduction. It might not be a need to introduce all this, but you might introduce the way. So in other words, it might be that you are focusing. Let's say I'm focusing on financial mathematics. I'm going to answer five questions that I'm taking them as to be critical questions. But the 3 questions come from certain question paper, and another question come from another question paper, and the 5th question come from another question paper. So I have one question paper here, and then I answer 2 questions from this question paper, and then I have another question paper here, and I'm answering 2 questions from this question paper, and I have another question paper where I'm going to answer 1 or 2 questions again from that. So when you started, you will make introduction and share and answer that question paper from the share screen. You come back, you answer the question 2. If you need the 2 questions that you answer from this question paper to be on one clip, there's no problem. You can just continue answering them from that way. If you need each and every question to be on each clip, then after answering that, you come back to the main screen here, to our work area, where you pause. You open up your video, you make an introduction, then you repeat the same thing. So basically, that is just the way that you do. Once I'm here now, is the same as where I started. I'm right where I started when I was making the introduction, which means what you do from here is just to simply click on the share screen, click on the entire screen, click on share, close up your video. You can hide this here, and then the next thing what I do now is just to go back to my question paper. This is giving me some tough time since the question paper is not on this. Now this is where I am. I have my board, I have my question paper, then you do the answering. You can, as I said, you can overlap one on top of the other. You can overlap the question paper on the board on the question paper. You can show the full question paper at the time, show the full board at the time, show them half, 75, 25. It's all up to the way, what is it that you need the learners to see when you are doing your work. Now, that is just basically that is all. That is just basically what the split screen and answering the question paper will all be I still believe that, well, before, I think you can also do this a little bit as a practice, just to split the screen. Even without our platform, you can just split the screen on yourself and get used to restore, maximize, restore, minimize those buttons and use them a little bit more. And then once you're done, you can then also record and see, just do a 5 minutes recording and see how it looks like, how it feels. Do 2 video clips. But at least, as I'm saying, my preference is that after you answer the question, when you move to the next question, you come back to the main screen, to the work area here, pause your video, bring up your video camera on, and then make an introduction for the next question, so that when you cut the clip, every clip have its own introduction. Yes, that way. So from there, it could be just, if maybe you're still having some problems, we meet up again and then try to do these things together. Okay, thank you, and then I hope that will be of assistance.